Guys, Johnny Lane here from CrossFit Intense with the final video that we're going to put out for the Winter Chiller workout standards. This is going to be the semifinal. We've already put out WODs 1, 2, and 3. We will cut the field to the top 12 of each division, and we will perform this workout in heats of 6. 12 through 7th place will be the first heat, and 6 through first place will be the second heat. The workout is going to be a 12-minute AMRAP. It's going to be scored as 2 workouts. The first part of it will be a 2,000-meter row, and your judges will have everybody start, the 6 of you start in a line. We'll give you the countdown, and it will count the C2 monitor will count backwards from 2,000 down to 0, and will actually capture the time that it says in the monitor. The clock really doesn't come into play on that part. Sorry. The next, the other information here on this is that if you do have a false start, as a heads up to you guys, so we have 3, 2, and you pull a little earlier, the meters start counting down before we get the go command on the rower, your judge will reset the monitor. So you will lose some valuable seconds there as the judge is messing around. You better hope they know what they're doing with the monitor. We'll make sure that they get that going. So the golden rule here is do not false start. It'll really cost you some time and hurt your overall score on the row. And at the conclusion of the row, the remainder of the 12 minutes, we will have max thrusters. And the thrusters will be the same weight that you used in WOD number 2. So whatever that was, and that's out there, I can't remember right off the top of my head. I know the open men's was 135 and the open women's is 95. Everything else is stepped down from there. That's the thruster weight that you will use. So I want to get, that's really the main point here, is that I want to get into the standards of the thruster, because it's going to be a lot tighter on the standards on this thing is what you would normally see in a thruster. So again, this is going to be scored as 100 points for the thrusters, 100 points for the row, so a total of 200 points available for first place, 95 for second, the normal point scheme that we've used in the past. We will cut the field after the semifinals to the top 6, and that will be our final right there. The top 6 will be going to the finals, again for points, and we'll discuss that when we're on site. The thruster, I have Rob and Hannah here from CrossFit Intense. The movement can be a squat clean, so we get the front squat in with the squat clean, or you can power clean and front squat into the thruster. Any of that is fine. So in this case, Robin's going to perform, let's do 2 good thrusters. She's squatted, crease of the hip below the knee. She's getting extended head through the window, and those would be counted as good reps. Now, some of the bad reps that would happen would be if she squats shallow, say the crease of the hip does not get below the knee, much like, there we go, so she's shallow squatted there, or she doesn't get the head through the window. Say she has the bar out in front of her. Again, no reps. One thing that's going to probably affect a lot of people and we'll have to be really careful for is your judge is going to watch your feet as well. So on the clean part of it, if you decide to do the squat clean, the feet can move. That's not an issue. But once we start in that path of moving, the bar has to have one continuous movement. So there cannot be a stop at the top. So in this case, Robin has squat cleaned it, she has stopped, and she pressed it out and she moved her feet. So there can't be you can't be 2 pieces of this thing. We can't have a push press, a push jerk, a split jerk, any sort of variation of that. It's got to be one solid fluid movement. But the other piece of this is that the feet cannot move. And so say for example, Robin has what appears to be a pretty good rep. Go ahead and do a good rep, but then struggle at the top. In this case, she's good. She struggled a little bit at the top to finish it. She moved her feet. That's going to be a no rep. Even though she recovered and got back in line, she moved her feet. So we are going to watch the feet, and that's going to be a very tight standard, something we're not normally used to. But again, no foot movement on the thruster portion of it. The clean portion of it, you can move the feet a little bit, but once we start that thruster motion, no foot movement at all. Just to send everybody to the intensegames.net website. Please check out the heats, and if we have any corrections we need to make, please let us know ASAP, because we're a little better than a week away, and we've got to get this stuff nailed down. Athlete registration check-in time at 7:30. We'll start the rules meeting at 8:15. And have any questions, issues, get a hold of me or Mindy. Everybody knows the email address. Thanks.